Dr. Peter Holsman has had a long and established medical career. In 2017, Peter joined the Trading Game Mentor program, and in 2019, Peter did the Trading Game Boardroom. Dr. Peter Holsman, hello and welcome to Talking Trading.
Oh, thank you, Caroline. It's great to be seeing you and chatting face to face. Fantastic.
Peter, as a result of learning how to trade in the Trading Game Mentor program, have you had any personal growth or development over the last 4.5 years you've immersed yourself?
I really remember the first mentor program face-to-face meeting, and Louise asked, "Why are you doing the mentor program?" And I automatically answered, "It's for personal growth and self-development." At the time, I actually had no idea how true that would turn out to be because I was incredibly apprehensive. And when you think about personal growth and trading and put them together in the same sentence, it's really, for many people, a contradiction.
Why do you think it's a contradiction?
You just don't think of it unless you're actually in trading. And when we are doing the program, then it's quite different because we find out that psychology comes to the forefront because there's so much uncertainty in trading, and it brings up all sorts of emotions, some of which are old, going right back, and some of which are quite current.
Most people say they come to trading for the money, but you're not saying that. Was it in the back of your mind somewhere?
Well, my trading history prior to the mentor program was one that was based on wishful thinking and hope. It didn't work. Basically, the result was that I helped make other people wealthy, but there was clearly a lot that I needed to learn. So really, any area where I'm struggling or emotions are coming up is an opportunity for some personal growth.
My goodness, I wanted to mention that because in the letter to yourself, you said that other people became wealthy at your expense. And that's something my partner says all the time. He's also a doctor. And so it really struck me when you wrote it in your letter as well. So let's take that power back. Peter, your vibe attracts your tribe. Have you found a community of like-minded share traders?
The community, the trading community, all the buddies and groups are just fantastic. So I regularly attend the Ringwood Buddy group. I also host one of the boardroom Zoom meetings. And if it wasn't for that connection, for being part of that community or tribe, I think that I would have floundered because I just need that support of being together with like-minded people who are experiencing similar challenges.
Has it helped your
So
trading in helping other people? Has it reinforced the knowledge and the skills that you've learned?
Oh, absolutely. Because I mean, it's often said that when you teach something, you actually really have to learn it. And there's no doubt about it. I've gained a lot through helping others.
Peter, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Is that true? Have you learned new skills?
I was about to say, yes, it's absolutely true. But then I did remember that I have, in fact, needed to learn some new skills. And I mean, needing to learn the share trading program was quite a challenge, a journey. And then on top of that, I needed to learn Excel. Now, I mean, I knew that Excel existed, but I'd made sure I never went anywhere near it until I had to. And I mean, I've got to monitor my trades because it's only numbers that are going to keep me honest. And so I've learned Excel, which has been a huge challenge. But more than that, it's also about play, because now I can, if you like, play or adjust various parameters in my scanning code, and I can see what happens if I'm using different moving averages or other filters, and just see what suits me and effectively my psychology, because it's got to sit with who I am and the fact that I'm working pretty well full time.
And you are, aren't you, doing medicine pretty much full time?
Yeah.
I like that. The numbers keep you honest. That's a good expression.
I've tried to talk my way out of it. And I mean, even if I was to talk my way out of it, then my wife, who checks the books every now and then, would well and truly know the difference.
You call yourself a sensitive soul who's found their inner trading robot. How did you find your inner robot?
Chris and Louise basically teach us to have a mechanical trading system and to develop that system in a way that works with us, our psychology, and what we can handle. And I actually have a toy robot sitting on my desk to remind me that I must be mechanical. It's really interesting and very powerful because effectively this robotic approach, this idea of very strict rules, keeps me honest. And every now and then I find that I am, how do I say it? Basically, I want to optimize the rules. I want to do a little bit of fiddling, and that's all the emotions. And I've got to then process and work through. Well, why do I feel anxious? Why do I not want to miss out on something? And that's an incredible learning. It's a self-awareness which just takes it to another level. So absolutely, my robot is essential in terms of rules for when I enter trades, when I exit them, the position sizing, and it's just wonderful having stops. I mean, before the mentor program, I did know that there was such a thing as stops, but I'd never used them. And then with the program, I started using stops, and I was so excited when the first one got hit. It was like I was barracking for one of my shares to fall, which is not the idea, but it just confirmed that I could manage risk, and that is huge.
Yes, I completely understand what you're saying. I want to read something out from your letter. PPS, emotions have no place in trading. If anything, they will result in sabotage and breaking the trading rules. I have a robotic mechanical trading system to keep me safe. No ifs or buts, just do it.
Well, that's the truth. And every time I allow emotions to get the better of me, then I fall off the wagon. And it's just so important that I've got these rules because emotions are really unsettling. So it's got to be mechanical. It's got to be consistent.
And you're still loving the stops being hit?
I do, because I mean, I keep all my sold trades in a watch list and I go through them. And generally, if the stops are being hit, the price keeps falling afterwards. It hardly ever recovers. And that's reassuring. It's like, well, why do I want to watch a stock go from $10 down to $8 and then down to $2? I'll get out at 8 or whatever, wherever my stop is.
Are there any similarities between trading the markets and medicine?
For me, pattern recognition is something that's relevant for both. And so when a patient comes in, it's like there's this cluster of symptoms and history, and I put them all together. And now with, decades of experience, I'm reasonably accurate and fast at working out what's going on. With the share charts, I love to look at the charts, and there are patterns, and I'm looking for the archetypal, perfect, ideal pattern, and I'm getting so much better at recognizing it. And in the same way, I'm getting so much better at rejecting most trades because I'm absolutely fussy about what I'll accept.
What do you like and enjoy about trading so much, Pete?
Oh, a large part of it is the people, the community, the tribe. It's just enormous.
Your vibe attracts your tribe. I found that quote especially for our interview.
Okay. Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Is this Pete 2.0? Has learning how to trade been the reinvention of you? And if it has, what is next for you on your horizon?
I have changed. And just writing that letter to my beginner trader self 4.5 years ago just highlights all the learning that I've done, both psychological, emotional, as well as technical. And the reality is that anything that brings up emotions is an opportunity for personal growth and self-development. Trading brings up emotions in spades, and it's to do with the uncertainty. I cannot control the markets.
What have you learned about yourself?
Um, that there are some things which make me anxious, and I have to really understand why and where it came from and how to process it in a positive, useful manner.
I suppose doing medicine, you're managing risk all the time in a way. You're managing people's lives. And in trading, you're managing risk. There are quite a few similarities. I can imagine you'd be a very cautious and productive person. And coming into trading, it's been a different skill set.
It is, and it's different also because with medicine, I've got to aim at being 100% safe or careful. With trading, of course, I can have 60% of my trades becoming losing trades. And there have been times where I've had a lot of trades just get stopped out in a row. I think the maximum was 15 trades. And yeah, that was difficult to go through, but that's the reality of trading. It's 2 steps forward, it's 1 step backwards. And that's basically just part of the set of experiences which strengthens my skills in psychology.
Does your wife like you trading?
She accepts that I'm trading. There was some resistance because trading for many people is associated with gambling. But she understands the rules, and one of my daughters is very logical, and she has been the intermediary and helped to explain it. So we're okay.
What do you think of Chris and Louise as trading mentors?
Oh, they're brilliant. They're just so authentic. They've got the experience, and they go out of their way to help all of us. And I think just looking at the community they have created, that's testament to just how wonderful and helpful they are. They're just brilliant.
And aren't you a valued, wonderful member of the trading game community? Peter, thank you so much for your time coming on to Talking Trading. I've really loved talking to you. Is there any final message you'd like to leave our listeners about trading?
I love trading. I love the trading journey. It's something that I'll be doing for as long as I possibly can, and staying active in the community. I just think it's fantastic.
Peter Holsman, what a joy to speak with you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Carolyn.